Go ahead. Let's talk about him.
Man, let's talk about my homeboy, man. You know, I was just watching Undisputed, and Shannon and Skip, they had on Reggie Bush, and Reggie Bush was saying how he should have went for a shorter term deal.
Okay.
3 to 4 years. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Bro signed for 477 guaranteed. What are we talking about here?
Bro, he ain't got a guaranteed. That means if he decides that he don't want to play no more, he good. I mean, I don't know how that would go because I don't know how he can get out of that contract. But
what's he gonna make $200 million and renegotiate all over again? I mean, what are we talking about here? He just made baseball money. Baseball money.
He got the richest deal in sports history, bro. Like, I don't know
how grossly underpaid have football players been,
bro. I mean, the quarterback has always been the cream of the crop, has always been getting paid. But this blows it up. Man, what's Dak Prescott thinking about right now? What's Prescott thinking about?
First of all, he's not even in that league. We're going to pause that right there. Don't get on that Skip shit.
Chill.
But the point that I really want to emphasize, and I know you'll agree with me big time, look what the black man had to do.
Man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
You had to be godlike. Mahomes is close to godlike at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I mean, and Andy Reid. Oh my goodness.
But let me ask you this though. Is Pat Mahomes still Pat Mahomes without that offensive coordinator over there? What's his name? Eric Bieniemy. Is he the same quarterback without Reid and Eric Bieniemy? Because at some point in time, that offensive court, I mean, if he chooses to leave,
flip it around. Is Eric Bieniemy the same coordinator without Mahomes?
I think he is. Bro, that offense was still talented, even though they had Alex Smith. It's just that Alex Smith wasn't mobile. Of course, he wasn't as mobile, and his arm strength wasn't
I mean, Mahomes boy is throwing it from his back foot 50.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and it's accurate.
Hey, how about the teams that passed on Mahomes? How about the teams that just passed on him? Bro, he didn't go top 10.
Oh, you mean for players like Mitchell Trubisky?
I'm just saying.
I would have gave away OJ Howard for that guy, for that shit. You know, like, come on,
bro.
Man.
I think in that draft, Tennessee went 5th. I'd have gave up Corey Davis for Pat Mahomes.
Who else? Want another pick? I give you my first round every year.
Hey, I mean, hey, bro, they dragged the Chiefs back in the day when the trade was made. They dogged the Chiefs, man. They dogged them from trading up because they
still got that photo of you rocking the Chiefs jersey.
I still got it with the Montana. You know what I'm saying? Is it too late? But I'm just saying, like, man, like, yo.
What a time to be a Chiefs fan, though, man. What a time.
I text my man, he a Broncos fan. I said, how do you feel?
10 years of it.
12, bro. 12. He signed for 10, but he had 2 years left on the extension. 12, bro. Yeah. That's like Brady, like, in the AFC East.
Yeah, but that's a way better division. Don't forget, they got Bosa coming off of on the line with Chargers. If the Chargers could just draft a quarterback.
They just did. They drafted a rookie quarterback.
I mean, but if they had a guy that could, like, if they found a gem, if they could get a guy, that division would be the best in football. Because you know what the best division in football is.
Yeah, the NFC East.
Here we
AFC
go.
South, baby. Sizzle.
Really?
Nah, man.
We're still doing that?
Of course, right now y'all have the best 2 quarterbacks in the league because I'm not considering Matt Ryan.
So y'all know I'm a Bucs fan, so you just gotta know that. So that's just off top. So give you some background information on that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. You've been a diehard Bucs fan, but you know, this whole thing of trying to solidify Matt Ryan as a dope quarterback is just trash. Like Matt Ryan
I'm just saying they're on paper they're a talented squad.
Yeah, on paper, shit on paper.
Falcons could go 8-8 or 10-6, and you wouldn't be surprised.
Cleveland is a talented team on paper.
Oh shit, they don't have no damn quarterback, man.
Baker got enough to get them to the playoffs
in this league, man. Baker has not proved it. This is a make or break year for Baker.
But all I'm saying is Baker has enough to get his team to the playoffs, especially now that they extended the playoffs to what, like 8 teams now. Bro, he should be able to get them into the playoffs. He don't have to be pinpoint. He don't have to be, he don't have to be on the dime, but he got enough with Odell, Jarvis.
Oh, yeah, he's got talent. He's got talent on the field.
Yeah, so he got enough. So talent on paper means nothing.
Yeah, it definitely does.
It's who he is. Yeah. Everybody knows. He'll do it.
But it's gonna be interesting though, man. For the next, I mean, he's definitely broken sports history. He's definitely. I definitely believe he deserved it. I mean, I ain't think he was gonna break the bank like that. 477.
I didn't either. I ain't think that either. I really ain't see that coming. I didn't. And I'm happy for him and his family and his loved ones. And shoot, you imagine the phone calls he's getting today?
Shit, the text that he got last night, it's crazy, man. It's interesting, bro. Like I'm happy for him.
He's like a personal bank. He's out here. He's a banker now.
Hey, man, his girlfriend just popped that rubber, bro. She put that thing.
She did that before that.
She ain't do it then. She was waiting for this day. Soon as he won that Super Bowl, bro, it solidified him. She got the little thin pin needle to poke the little holes in the rubber, bro. Exactly, bro. Man, he better play that careful, bro. Cause she going, man. I would hate to see something.
Learn how to peep the scene, know when it's hot.
Gotta know when it's hot, man. But I'm happy for him, man. I'm definitely happy for him. He deserved it, man. I don't see. So what if Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl? Is he?
You think my homeboy just set the precedent for Lamar's contract?
He gotta win the chip though. He gotta win. That's the thing, because when before Mahomes won the chip, it was like, we'll definitely renegotiate his contract. But
you still gotta pay my homeboy. You knew you was gonna have to pay him.
You was gonna have to pay him.
He was doing on the field. They knew they was gonna have to pay
but
him.
When he won that chip, that elevated like an extra 100, 200 mil.
Yeah.
That elevated that right there.
They knew it was coming, though. They knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
So it's just like, so if Lamar wins the chip, do you think Baltimore gives him a deal, something like that? But I also think, too, it's kind of what the Chiefs have, like salary cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to be able to keep some of those pieces? You know what I'm saying? With Tyreek Hill, Kelsey.
Eventually, they're going to want to break the bank, too. But exactly. Is this player salary cap? Can they get a TV deal? What's going to happen with that?
They're going to be on TV. As long as Mahomes is there and he's healthy, which he's going to be there for the next
Yeah, but I mean, just like the CBA, right? I probably definitely got to do some more research on that. But the CBA agreement, can they get bigger percentage of, so they can get their profits and their income and, their contracts and salary cap, because NFL has had that problem for decades.
Yeah, well, I think they got I think this did they just have a CBA meeting, or is it coming up? I think it's coming up.
Coming up, and they need to rework those numbers, man.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Need to get on some NBA type stuff.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this: if the season doesn't happen this year, bro.
Hey, man, they stopped calling me for payments.
So as a Buccaneers,
they're gonna refund me my money, bro.
So as a Buccaneers season ticket holder, you said they refunded you your money?
No, they stopped asking for payment.
Have they talked about anything else?
they haven't mentioned anything. They just said we're here with you during these tough times. You know, they're sending out a lot of like preliminary messages about what could happen or if case. But it's, you know, we're guaranteed a full refund. And shoot, I'm like, all right. I mean, I could use a little bit of that money back.
Hey, now let me ask you this. So, would you sign a waiver to go watch your Bucks play?
One time.
One time.
I'll go one time, bro.
You go one time. You'll risk it for.
I would go see Brady and Mahomes in Tampa. That's the one game I would go see.
So okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? And then also, you know, maybe October 8th. It's a Thursday night game in Soldier Field in my backyard, Chicago.
Got you.
October 8th.
So you saying you would risk it? You would risk it? You would sign a waiver?
That one game. That one game I would go see. I would go see Mahomes and Brady. Brady's potentially last time playing.
Possibly.
Unless it's Super Bowl.
Yeah, true. I got you.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably pass on the Chicago game because nobody wants to see Trubisky and
I stink up the joint, but I want to see them look bad. Yeah.
You can see that on TV, or nobody wants to see Glennon.
I need them to know.
Hey,
so you know how it is, man. Hey, I gotta ask you, man. So is the Redskins gonna change the name? What they changing it to? What's happening?
They gotta change the name, bro. They got to. It's well overdue. It's time. They got sponsors.
Dan Snyder, man, he don't want to. You know, in a part of me, hey, you know, I asked you. You got my text, man. And the Redskins are a staple. You know, but yes, it's an offensive term. But why are Native Americans wearing those jerseys and going to those games?
I don't think I've never really noticed a Native American going to the games or repping the Redskins.
I saw that circulating on social media.
I mean, you got just like it's like any other race or culture. You got all kind of fans, you know what I'm saying, in different cultures and different races. Some may find it offensive, some might not. You know, depending on how much they research their history, but it definitely needs to be changed. And it's not nothing new here in DC. Like we hear that, we've been hearing that for a long period of time. Like even, I would say right around, I know I started noticing, hearing it right around the time they went and moved over to Landover, Maryland and FedEx Field. But they've been like Native Americans have been asking for this moment for a long period of time. I guess this is also the time now that they've hopped on the, you know, the
Have
Black
you
Lives.
brainstormed some names? Are they putting that? Are they putting that out there?
They're throwing some names out there. Yeah, so like they've been doing. Of course, you know, they asking the fans what they think. They asking the fans what, you know, what names and what logos. So like a few of the names have been like the red. Let me see. Have been the like the Washington Warriors, the Washington Red Tails or something, I believe, something like that. I think the Red Tails, weren't they part of the
Tuskegee? What about like Red Wolves? Something like that, like.
I mean, I'm for it.
Something gritty that, you know, some animal like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that could be thrown in the situation.
I would say the Hogs, but it don't sound right.
Washington Hogs.
Remember, it wasn't the offensive line called.
Yeah, that was the offensive lineman's name. I mean, you could go for that, but I don't know what the logo would be.
That would be all right.
You know what I'm saying? But like they've thrown out like the Washington. I mean, you got to think the baseball team is the Washington Nationals. You know what I'm saying? Which is based on, you know, the you know, national monuments and stuff that are here in the DC area. You got to realize. I mean, I know the Bullets wasn't.
They go with the Bullets. Hey, bring back the Bullets.
I'm with you on that too, but you know they changed that and they.
Man,
I love the Bullets way better than I do the Wizards, but you know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is it grew. Like
I used to want that Rod Strickland Bullets jersey so bad.
And I wanted the C Webb jersey Bullets joint.
Oh, time out.
Chill, man. You can't don't do my
man, I had to tell you this. I was playing 2K and C Web was on 2K. And Nate Robinson was like, hold up, time out. Oh, oops. And it was funny moment.
But all I'm saying is, I know it's a staple name here. It's a name that's been in the NFL history for a long period of time. But we can all adapt to the names. I mean, we see it when new teams come in, when teams move cities. I mean, like, we got to get used to the Las Vegas Raiders, bro. Like, how stable was Los Angeles?
I love the way the stadium looks.
It shared all that damn money.
I mean, they just built it in a desert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, it's right off the strip. It's not far. I saw the location on the map. I mean, I just stay in Oakland, man. Come on, keep the name going.
Yeah, and see, but we just had to get used to, instead of saying the San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers. So I
can't stand that, man.
I can't either, but in due time we will adjust to it.
You will still hear big time football fans call them San Diego.
Oh yeah,
it'll happen for so much longer than what's happening now.
But the thing about it is, like, none of those names or none of those were offensive. Like, you got some analysts that won't even say the Washington Redskins. They won't even say
the Indians got to change too, right? The Cleveland Indians.
So
they switched their logo to a C.
And that's cool, but I remember them stating that they were going to be changing their logo at some point in time.
I bet you hockey does it last. I bet you the Blackhawks switch theirs last.
That's interesting.
Racist bastards.
Like, I know the Braves said they didn't have any intention on changing anything. I mean, we just talked about
have a horrible experience with, like, race at a sporting event.
Have I? No, not that I can. Not yet. Not that I know of.
Don't go to that hockey game, man. I mean, you got the Capitals. You said you enjoy your time when you go there, right?
Yeah. So I've been 2 times. I've been one solo, and I've been second one, like, with a friend, with a Caucasian friend. So I didn't have no problems. Like, I've been in Nats games, I haven't had no problems. Even rooting for the opposing team, you know what I'm saying? I'm a huge Braves fan, so even going to Nationals game as a rivalry game.
Is that offensive? It doesn't have the Braves?
No, they didn't. I don't think the Braves is offensive. I don't think that's an offensive term, but I know in the playoffs, the game 5 that we got slaughtered in last year, one of the players, I believe, from the Cardinals, who is Native American, said, I don't know if you watch a lot of Braves games, but you could probably hear it in the Chiefs game, even the Florida State Seminoles game, when they go, oh, like he said he didn't.
That just seems offensive, right?
Yeah, he said he felt it offensive, and the Braves couldn't play it during that game 5.
Oh man, another question. Did you see the Jimmy John's employees?
They made the news out of dough,
bruh,
and then attempted to
and then put on the show for it, and then laughed about it. Yo,
I didn't watch the whole video. I just saw, like, the beginning part. I don't even think I seen the beginning part. I just saw, like, the article, and I just scrolled. I was like, but I ain't surprised, man. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised, man.
I was offended.
Oh yeah. Oh, how about your guy 45 that said Bubba Wallace finding the noose was a hoax? Hey, that nigga's at a whole new chill, bro.
I know that's a whole hour or whatever. We could discuss Trump forever. He's already being discussed enough.
Yeah.
But sometimes he is so fucking dumb.
No,
I think it's deliberate. I think he's intentionally talking reckless. You know what I'm saying? He cannot believe some of the shit he says.
Nah, man, but what he's trying to do is he's using the racism and all the hate to his advantage, and that's why he keeps fueling the fire by saying all the dumb shit that he's saying. It's amazing to me that he talks so bad about black folks, immigrants, but those are the main people that work for him. His wife is an immigrant. His hotels employ African American workers and minorities. So for him to just come out here and recklessly just talk about Black Lives Matter,
done to the people on the border or got them in those camps and shit, like, bro, that's inhumane.
But a lot of it's sad, but a lot of people think like that and they support it, and you see it. You know what I'm saying?
See it all over social media. People following people recording people, white people talking crazy, bro. It's 2020,
and the racism is worse than when our parents was our age. Like, it's worse than what it was back in the 50s and 60s and shit like that. Like, it's literally worse.
You know what, I guess what shocked me about the level of racism now, how comfortable racists are spewing out that agenda. Like, I thought it was more concealed.
It was until 45 got in. It was. People weren't afraid to do it. People were more cautious about how they did their racism and how they spewed their racism. But since your boy made it so comfortable to do, everybody's like, yeah, like, I don't like y'all. And what y'all gonna do?
I guess to tie everything up, Mahomes getting $500 million. Still a nigga in the coop.
Yeah, because you got to think the NFL owners, not one has come out and spoke about racial injustice, police brutality, or anything like that. And two, at the end of the day, they still Trump supporters, they still close ties with Trump and things of that nature. So until that head gets cut off the snake, the NFL, it's nothing the NFL can say or do to make me think that they're not supporting the racism that goes on. Like, yeah, Mahomes got $500 million, but guess what?
He could own a piece of a team.
Yeah, but guess what? He's still gonna be, he's still gonna be outside of that helmet and that jersey. He goes somewhere else. He still has the possibility to be harassed. Dead. I mean, he probably won't die because people will know who he is because of his stardom, but his family, you know what I'm saying? His people still gonna go through the social injustice that everyday people like me and you
people that are just living around him or with him or off of him,
friends, family, they're all gonna still face that. So he got the 477 mil, and people know his face, but people don't know his friend's face. People don't know his manager's face. People don't know his agent's face. People don't know his, you know what I'm saying?
That's a very good point.
And what is he gonna do? What is he gonna have to do now that he got that 477 million? You know what I'm saying? Will he be able to be freely and speak and talk and do all the things?
Has LeBron commented on his contract, on Mahomes' contract?
LeBron asked him for $5 jokingly, but I think
that's LeBron's Nike deal.
Yeah, I mean he's that's
LeBron's Nike deal.
90 mil. I think he got more.
Nah, he signed like a crazy lifetime deal.
I was gonna say he's Nike for life, but I'm just saying though, man, like, you know, when Comedy Central offered Dave Chappelle that money for the Chappelle show and he walked away, he said it was things that he said it was things that he didn't want to do that they was gonna make him do.
I didn't know. I finally heard it like the other day how he broke it down.
Yeah,
and he was saying that. He was saying he made a joke in a way the white person laughed, made him feel uncomfortable.
Made him feel uncomfortable. A laugh that he had never really heard. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, wow.
But he left. I mean, of course, it wasn't Patrick Mahomes' money, but he left a good sizable amount.
He left $50 million on the table.
So
he came back and got Netflix for 70 or 80 mil. So hold on.
So I'm just saying, so Patrick Mahomes, you know, he was just in the little Black Lives Matter little video that the NFL player shot before he got paid. So it is, you know what I'm saying?
I guess Mahomes is just perfect. You know what?
He's a poster child.
What's the odds that Lamar Jackson, since he's won an MVP already, next year he wins a Super Bowl, right? I guarantee you they won't try to make him the face of the league like Mahomes is.
No, I don't think so neither. Although I think he's more talented than Patrick Mahomes.
Pound for pound? Yeah.
I think
so
Lamar
too.
Jackson is more talented than Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes
also said he still doesn't know how to read defenses. No, that was a direct quote.
He didn't say that, man.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
He said it on the shop.
I got HBO. I gotta check. Yeah, I got HBO. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, he said that on the shop. He said that I'm just now starting to learn how to read defenses. Winston said he knew how to. Well,
hey, yo, chill, yeah. Chill, Daddy, you chill.
Yeah, fuck him in the pussy. That's what he.
Interception.
For 7.
Yeah.
Pick 6.
Yeah, I just hope that $477 million. I just hope it doesn't limit his freedom of speech.
Yeah, I almost want to. I wouldn't. If they sold a T-shirt with his face with the cover that said 503, I'd buy that T-shirt.
Hey,
you get what I'm saying?
It's a historic moment, man.
Hell yeah, it is.
Historic.
My homeboy.
I'm proud of him. I call him money making Mahomes, man. He got it, man. He got the 500.
I mean, no, I think he's going to get at least 3 rings, and he's going to go down first ballot Hall of Fame. He could get 3 rings. I think that's light work. Over the span of 10 years, for the duration of his career, give me what would you say? I mean, we're just guessing. He'll definitely get another one, right? We know he'll win another one.
Yeah, he'll get another one. He'll definitely get another one. I think he'll get 3. I think he'll definitely get 3. It's all based on
3 solidifies him as great.
I think it all depends, man. Like,
because he really should have lost last year's.
I mean, he really
well in the Super Bowl.
I mean, he really shouldn't have got there if we want to be technical about it.
Oh boy, here we go. He about to pull up the tighten up sign.
He really shouldn't have got there, but since goodness. I'm a Titans fan, he got there. He came back. He did his thing. But I truly believe. I mean, bro, they was down all 3 of their playoff games, including the Super Bowl. Like they were down.
They just forgot to run the ball, right? Tannehill forgot to give the ball to Henry a little bit more because he had 45 carries.
I mean, for some reason, Tannehill just felt that was more the game to throw. I get it. He was, Derrick Henry wasn't running like he was throughout the playoffs, but that don't mean the offensive.
Did they pay Derrick Henry?
Huh?
Did they give him his contract extension?
Nah, right now, nah.
How the hell? See what I'm saying?
So what they did was they
he's not their version of Patrick Mahomes.
They tagged him, and they're still trying to work out a deal. So they tagged him to get him on the contract, but they're still in the works to get him a deal. They got
that's like what they did with Shaq Barrett.
But I mean, I don't think at this point in time,
NFL sack leader.
Yeah, had him on my fantasy team, I think, for defense.
Chill.
But I mean,
you doing fantasy this year?
I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect.
Hey, if you got space in one of your leagues, man, but get
you in there so you can get your head cracked.
You got an open slot, not with that one cat though.
Yeah. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna ask my cousin. I normally play in my cousin's league, and I'm gonna see if it's just fantasy football, man. That shit is just getting too expensive, man.
Hey, I'm excited, man, because I think that they're gonna it's gonna be no fans in the stands. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna get my refund back. 2, there's gonna be microphones, hopefully, on players where you could hear more what's going on the field.
I don't need to hear shit, nigga. Score.
I don't. Yeah, it's gonna be a more fan experience for like people watching TV. It's gonna be like, you remember how like the Pro Bowl used to be, the days leading up to the Pro Bowl, mic'd up, a lot of mic'd up. But my concern is that they can't stop the spread of coronavirus amongst the players.
Yeah, but if you're mic'd up, all your players are mic'd up, aren't your plays gonna get your audibles? Isn't that gonna get out for other teams to hear? I mean, we already know one team consecutively just cheats all the time. We know that one team. I mean, they just had something with the TV station or TV cameras are banned from the sidelines or some shit like that.
I could discuss that prior to March, but since the quarterback is now with me, and I'm a little tricky on the details of what happened, man.
I mean, against the Bengals, bro. Really,
I'm not sure what his level of involvement was.
Yeah, but
Brady's
they had to do that with the
might have been really small.
But speaking of the Patriots, and speaking of deals, Cam Newton's deal.
That's exciting.
But
NFL Comeback Player of the Year. Patriots will still win that division.
But his deal,
$7 million with incentives. That's incentives based. That's not even. He has to ball out for the 7. That's not even a base.
I think he can do it. I don't have a doubt in my mind. Talent wise, he's got it. It's just the simple fact that the pressure is on.
I think that year of rest, getting his body right, man.
But that pressure of coming behind Brady, like, he's going to always have to deal with if they lose a game. Oh, well, Brady would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, he's a black man in Boston. You know what I'm saying? Followed by the legacy of Brady. So coming in there, if he misses the throw to win the game, not to say that Brady hasn't done it in the past. I mean, because he did drop the pass in the Super Bowl, but he's always going to be compared to Tom Brady. And it's going to be an unfair comparison. But, I mean, I definitely think he can get him to the playoffs.
I mean, hopefully they don't do him like the Colts did Andrew Luck.
Hey, that was terrible, man. Hey,
it took a beating.
I mean, well, you mean his offensive line. Yeah. It's crazy because Andrew Luck left.
They still paid him the $20 million.
Yeah,
they still paid him for the year.
But his offensive.
Would that have been a black quarterback?
I don't know.
Bullshit, man. Paid that man for not working. $20 million.
But you know what's crazy? The fact that he left and his offensive line was the best that it had ever been in his career.
If he would have been there this year, they would have been playoff bound.
Oh, yeah, they'd have definitely been.
Would have been in the playoffs. That would have been the coach spot.
Fucking no, we would have been in there.
So y'all used to struggle with.
Oh, we struggled very badly with the coach. Very badly with the coach.
Luck got in the way of Mariota. And then Mariota goes to be the backup.
Didn't make sense to me.
More money than Cam got to be a starter.
Didn't make sense to me. I don't know, man. I'm just confused on how Mariota chose to leave to be a backup. Maybe he feels like he'll have the same success Tannehill had when Tannehill was the backup. I mean, Tannehill has got multiple.
Jameis as the backup.
Yeah, but
his ass in the quarterback room with Brady.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna be.
If you're gonna sit behind Breeze, why not sit behind Brady?
But Mariota's going to sit behind Derek Carr. I'm just saying.
Derek Carr was better than what he's been. I thought Derek Carr was good the first year or two.
He was.
The Raiders had somebody.
I did too. He did. I just think the system that he's in, man, like that whole Derek Carr system, bro. Like, I mean, I just think quarterbacks is all about system. And Derek Carr, I'm not a Raiders fan, and I don't keep up with all the offensive coordinators that they got, but I can only imagine that they've been through at least 2 or 3, because, I mean, they've been through 2 or 3 coaches with Gruden, the guy who was there before him. So I'm sure the coordinator changed frequently.
Quick question for you.
Who is he throwing to?
Yeah. He lost Amari.
Yeah, he lost Amari. He lost Crabtree.
He got that good tight end though. Draft him in your fantasy.
Oh yeah. He's I knew about him. I couldn't pick him. He's you know how it goes.
In a Gruden type offense, tight ends shine.
Yeah, so do running backs, but receivers never shine. Now I feel like he would have had a bounce back year if Antonio Brown would have not.
Oh, he's talking about him coming back. You think he gonna play again?
Man, I don't know, man. The the way he left Oakland, man. Then the way he dogged Robert Kraft, bro. like, like, and I mean, I know prime time. I know he spoke.
Kraft was all in the wrong. What are you doing, fam? That was some Jeffrey Epstein type shit. Like, what you doing, bro?
But when you make those comments, you gotta, as Damon, as my good, nah, I ain't gonna say my good friend, as Damon Dash would say, yeah, I burnt that bridge because I wasn't looking forward to coming back to that bitch. And that's what Antonio Brown did with that statement. When he made that statement speaking on Kraft, like he burned the shit out of that bridge. And there's no way he can come back from that. I don't think he can. Even if I've heard like Seattle was interested. I don't think it's possible.
We got to take a moment and appreciate what Antonio Brown did in the league, though.
His talent was never questioned. This is off the field, and when you black, you damn near got to be perfect.
He signed that little contract with the Steelers, and man, boy, he just went crazy.
But it's just sad because when you look at Odell, when you look at Antonio Brown, they give even Cam when he would put the towel over his head. The media makes them the media goes after their character.
Yeah, I was watching what they did to not to cut you off, but Stephon Marbury. I watched the little Netflix documentary, Coney Island.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
They were talking about how the media depicted him to be with the Knicks, how he used to just sit out games and not want to play, and they made him look so bad. But they never talked about how he lost his dad.
Yeah, I mean.
I remember how bad of a bum. Remember when he missed that layup when he was with Boston? And everybody was like, what is he even doing on the court?
Yeah. People forget that athletes are human. And I mean, granted, I wouldn't have wanted to play with the Knicks either, but we in the bag. But I mean,
they said, I challenge you to name their starting five when Marbury wasn't playing with.
I know it was Marbury, I believe. I can't name their starting five. I want to say it was David Lee. I want to say Jamal Crawford.
Didn't they have Harrington? Didn't they have Harrington at one point?
And they had so many missing pieces in there. But back to what you were saying, like a lot, yeah, like he lost a lot of, his family. And it's the same thing when you look at the Iverson practice thing. Like the whole practice commercial or the practice segment or whatever you want to say, like people forget that he lost one of his best friends, you know what I'm saying, during in that week. They just got eliminated from the playoffs, and they was in there talking about practice. So he was going through a lot of personal shit, and somebody was sitting there talking about practice, and that's why he was like, you sitting here talking about practice? Like, nigga, we just got eliminated from the playoffs. Like, nigga, I just lost my best friend.
Yeah.
You talking about practice, but the media doesn't see that. They just look at.
They just take the excerpt that they want.
The headline grabbers, pause.
Yeah.
So, but I mean,
I was listening to 50 Cent talk about that the other day.
Yeah, man, the media plays a huge role. That's why, it's important for even we're part of the media, and it's important for us to create that narrative, not to tear Black African-American folks down, to more uplift them, because the media goes after them. They tag them all the time.
Man, who's your next athlete that you're posting up on your Facebook, man?
So, man, I've been challenged. Don't think that you ain't gonna get tagged neither. But so, man, you probably seen the little challenge social media post puts up. So they
I got one that comes in mind quick, man.
The top 10. So I posted up Penny Hardaway. I don't know if you even knew this, but as today I posted Penny, and Penny was one of my favorite athletes, favorite basketball players of all time, man. I love Penny.
Did you put Lil Penny in there too?
Lil Penny was my man. Yeah, definitely. But I used to have the Penny jersey, Penny outfit, Penny tennis shoes, dog. I used to throw the outfit on when I used to go ball and everything. Yeah, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to be Penny Hardaway. But I think the next athlete that I'm going to post up there is I'm So Randy Moss. That was my man. And I can't forget to put my man, it's coming down to the last few, and I got so many players that I want to put up there. Like, I definitely got to put AI up there. Possible. You know what's crazy, too?
AI got to be up there.
You know what's crazy? And I heard this in the interview on All the Smoke. T-Mac's favorite player was Penny Hardaway. He mimicked his game after Penny Hardaway. He wore the number 1 after Penny Hardaway. Wow. And it made sense of like when you watch their game, and it made sense to why I enjoyed watching T-Mac play.
That's like Kobe to his Mike.
Yeah, like Penny was, because you know Penny was in Orlando and T-Mac is from Florida. So it made sense. He was like, even down to like the apparel, like the armband, like Penny was his guy, like Penny was his man. Like, yeah.
Man. Watching Penny and Shaq run up and down the court, man, you know, I wish I was older to see that.
I saw it. I didn't like it because I was back then. I was a really invested Knick fan, but
I remember you used to get tagged in live.
Nigga, yeah, I had some down moments, but I had some great moments when I had Kerry Kittles that lit your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And don't forget, I made Muhammad the Moroccan, I made him toss his controller against his brother's crib. That's how bad he got.
Man, between him tossing controllers and you kicking drawers.
hey, Anger was at a high profile. But I mean, it makes me, it does, like, I really don't like participating in like those little challenges, but it does like make me realize why I started watching the game.
I think I jump on there for certain people.
Yeah, like it just makes me think back, you know what I'm saying? So, and then, you know, you always got to throw, you know, possibly.
Man, you always have a love and hate with social media. I think we grew up in the age of social media where we remember not having it.
We remember not having it. We remember being introduced to it, and now it's like a part of our everyday life.
Well said.
Like, it's crazy. Like, you know, I remember it's crazy because me and my wife were talking about like the AOL AIM days when you know you had dial-up computer, you know, the dial-up internet and shit, and when you used to have the instant messengers and shit like that, and you just would get on and you would try to talk to that girl or boy, you know, waiting to see if their screen name popped up. Like,
shit, I miss BBM Messenger.
Man, that was my shit.
Man,
I miss Blackberries, period.
Man, bring back the Blackberry. Boy, was I a fan of that, man. Yeah. The little Nextel on the side.
Yeah.
Chirp, chirp, where you at?
The chirp was dope, but the Blackberry was legit, bro. Like, the Blackberry was it. Like,
you just be chilling somewhere and somebody come through your speaker. Yo.
All disrespectful. Like, yeah, I gotta. You have to give the chirping etiquette on that, man. But yeah, they definitely gotta bring the Blackberry back. But yeah, social media is a powerful tool. I mean, we definitely see that now. But it's something that it can go left real quick too. You gotta really use that responsibility.
I think yes. I think you have to put boundaries around yourself.
Yeah.
To insulate yourself on your social media, but it's so difficult because depending on what mood you're in, you jump on there. It's like, you know, I think it's really smart to have screen time limits. I think it's smart to really consistently surf through to see what's necessary that you need to see and what's too much of whatever BS that you don't need to see. Like, I just think you have to do that because it's like when you you jump on your phone and you forget what you're looking for. Well, that happens with social media sometimes. Sometimes you're intent to learn some news or to research something or to get a quick answer to a question, and you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think you also got to be mindful of like you said, like emotionally how you go on. You don't want to – it's so easy to get on there and type something that's relatable to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And you type something, you get on there emotionally, you type something, you're venting or whatever the case might be, looking for validation, looking for attention. It's always going to be like that one person that's going to be able to relate to you.
Yeah.
But you don't want to put your business out there because, man, they ain't playing fair with these screenshots and all this other shit, man. I think you also got to, like, watch who you follow. Like, you gotta make sure you following like the right crowd. Like, you gotta have
too much of the same type.
Yeah, you gotta have like a little bit of ratchetness, with some sports or hobbies that you like, with a little bit of news, with a little bit of like, you gotta have different avenues. You can't just have like one avenue. Man, because social media right now is almost worse than the news.
Yeah, they'll come up. They'll push whatever agenda. You know, you got selling themselves literally, figuratively, everything. You know, like
don't support that OnlyFans page, son. They ain't support your CD.
I get it, but at some point, man, it's not tangible, fam. Like, what's going on?
It's crazy, man. But folks is buying it. It's crazy out here.
I get it, but that's the word. But if they didn't have those, what would social media be like? If they couldn't try to, you know, premium pages and OnlyFans and all that, if they couldn't do all that, what would it be at that point? You have to know the person. They have to open up.
You would have to depend on the pictures that they post. And you would have to, that's all you would have to go by. Because you got to remember, you got to think, when MySpace was popping, when Black Planet was popping, all you had was pictures to go off of. Like, you ain't have no OnlyFans page. You ain't have no videos. You ain't have much. All you had was the person's pictures. And you prayed like hell. If you didn't know that person and you met them online, you prayed like hell that them pictures matched up. Because if they didn't,
they wasn't no 6 years ago pictures.
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy, man. You know, we all see the social media has an influence because we see these racist folks getting exposed on an everyday basis and see that they're losing their jobs left and right. And that's the beauty of social media.
Thank God for that.
So that's the beauty of it.
Well, I mean, is that stopping them from going to find another job somewhere else?
No, but what it does, it shows them that they can't get away with what they're doing. They probably won't be so outspoken about it. And depending on who's hiring, most likely it's gonna be a white folks. They're gonna be recognized. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, isn't that the lady who did and said such and such, like the name, you know what I'm saying? Like the name.
If their human resources is really doing their job.
I mean, yeah.
But who knows? Might be somebody's auntie, nephew, cousin, big cousin Willie from down the street.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the idea of them getting another job, they'll probably get another job, but
I gotta ask before we finish. Man, you think Will gave August permission?
Hell yeah. A matter of fact, bro, we're gonna talk about that on the other podcast today too. Hell yeah, I think Will gave August permission. I think that man,
I almost I gotta tune in, I gotta jump in, special guest.
Yeah, you can definitely tune in. You can comment on Facebook, most definitely. I'll give you a brief synopsis of my thoughts. I think that August had a relationship with Jada. I think Will did speak on it. I think Will gave him the blessing or the go ahead to do it. I mean, we got to think.
My wife, dude.
I don't know if he said it in them terms, but I believe he was like,
live life. You know, life is. He gave it an Instagram.
Yeah, message. He gave you some like something left, but it was still enough to to get the green light to go ahead. But I definitely think that he did. I mean,
go ahead and tap the Fresh Princess of Bel-Air.
I just don't think that. I think this is a big deal because of who it is. I mean, we've already known that the possibility of Will and Jada having
just wants Will and Jada to admit it. They want Will and Jada to tell you why they do what they do.
Exactly.
They don't owe you that, fam.
They don't. And bro, I don't know if you've seen the interview, but August Alsina really had some type of Jones for Jada Pinkett, bro. Like, dude, he made a song about her with using her middle name, and then threw a GIF in the middle of the video of her picture in the video of who he was talking about. So yeah, he was deeply in love. I'm sure at some point in time, I don't know how long he stayed in the house with.
He was living on their property for some time.
Yeah, so at some point in time, dog, like like if you hear the way Jada and Will talk, like about their marriage or their lifetime partnership, like it seems like they don't it doesn't matter, like as long as they talk about it or whatever the case might be. And I think it was talked about. It just so happened that he exposed it, and now it's all over the media. But I don't think. I mean, Will and Jada, they gotta say they deny it. I mean, what else they gonna say? Yeah, we agreed to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they
doing this for 20 years?
Yeah,
this is
like,
our success.
I mean, it's a clip going around now where Jada Pinkett was like, you know, I can do what I want in one room and Will can do what he wants with another person in another room. So when you hear stuff like that, it's a clear indication to me that I don't want to say they chose him. I don't know what kind of healing. I think maybe it started off as a healing process and then it developed into something else. I think Jada probably told them at the same time that, hey, look, this is what it's going to be. And she had to break it off with August. We here with it now. But I believe that shit happened. But do I care? No, because it's between Will and Jada. That's them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you choose to do, if that's how y'all relationship work,
not my business. It's nobody else. Why do you want to tell them how to live? They're making it work for them.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do probably believe that Will is probably pissed, or you know what I'm saying, because Jada decided to bring him in and this nigga then violated all codes by disposing his information. I'm more surprised that
I wonder, can they go after him? And when did he sign like non-disclosures?
Hello? Hello? Shit, I just lost my homie.